Perfect love. Perfect love.
What's up, everybody? It is your boy DJ Spen, and you are inside of Talent Tuesday, our A&R forum, where we go through music that has been sent to us by people like you who would like to have their songs critiqued by some of dance music's best producers. So, it's me by myself tonight. The lovely Kelly Spencer cannot join us tonight, but I hope that you will all be happy with how I decide to do my brand of hosting. And I'm not going to bore you with any more of my foolishness anyway. We're just going to jump right into this, and we are going to introduce our esteemed guest. One is, I don't even know how to explain this cat, Victor, right? But not only is he one of the baddest masters of ceremony ever, he is also a killer producer and a just amazing DJ. He's an all-around house music aficionado. He's dope. So, without any further ado, the first person that I'm going to introduce to you is my friend, Mr. V.
What's up, everybody? What's up, Spen?
Hey, man, how are you?
I am great, man. I am as good as God can make me be, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna keep this thing with this Motley crew rolling because we got a lot of guests tonight, more than I actually officially bargained for. So we're going to go and stay over on the West Coast because this dude right here that I'm getting ready to bring in is, again, one of the baddest producers to do the game. Evan and I have known each other for a long, I mean, more than I can imagine, long time. And he has a extremely successful label with Morehouse Records. Production, we're not even going to go there. He just produces good record after good record after good record. It's amazing the work that he's doing now with his wife, Solara, who is a vocalist on many of his projects, who was supposed to be with us, but could not be with us tonight. But, oh, wait a minute. Hi, Solara. Really? You're going to trick me like that as I'm looking forward now? I got to look off to the side. Yeah, and as you can see, that Solara is my sister, and she is silly, just like the rest of us that do what we call house music. So, ladies and gentlemen, Evan Landis and Solara, the Groove Junkies, in his house.
What's up, bro?
Hey, man, not much. I'm doing well. Thank you for joining us tonight. And as we keep on going, because, man, we got it going on tonight, let me tell you. So, the next person I'm going to introduce to you is somebody that I've also known for a long time. There aren't many talents like David Harness, because David knows the music inside and out. And if David Harness, the thing about David is that if he wants to, when he puts his mind to, which here lately is everything that he's doing, he actually creates some of the most interesting, unique, and floor-filling productions of the best of them. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't even want to say anything else about him. This cat right here, David Harness, my brother from another, and this is our not LA, I guess West Coast edition.
San Francisco.
San Francisco edition of what we call Talent Tuesday. Now, check this out. So this person said that she wasn't going to be. And look, she's stone-faced too. Hi, Kelly. Can you hear us? Oh, well, we can't really hear you, but at least we know that you're with us in spirit. So, yeah, okay, all right. So, there that is. So, I guess she's on to make sure that I behave myself, as well as this guy right here.
Yeah. Oh, man. Let's do this.
Yes. So, Tommy Davis is with us. He is the A&R for Unquantized and the producer of so many Quantized tracks that it is ridiculous. And yeah, that's my partner and my brother, and this one who is Q. He is the A&R for Q, and he has his Q sampler coming out this Friday, right?
Friday, yep.
Yeah, that's going to be full of goodies. It was more than I thought it was going to be, so I hope you guys are ready for that. Anyway, this is what we have for a Talent Tuesday, which is absolutely insane. It's insane. It's beautiful, but it is absolutely insane, and it looks just amazing. And yeah, so that's what we've got. All right, so.
Okay, hurry it up, Spen. Hurry it up. You're taking too long.
I'm trying to give people love here. You do realize that. And then the person who's supposed to be helping me is not here with me. So
Let's correct this. first of all, to you, happy 4 years. Today marks 4 years from the very first day you started streaming, March of 2024,
Is it really?
the 19th. Kicking and screaming, I dragged you into streaming. So congratulations to you for 4 years. And let's get it straight. This is my show. You are the DJ. I mean, I'm just going to put it out there to everybody. This is my idea. Tommy didn't want it. Mike didn't want it. So let me just go ahead and claim my show. Much love to all of the guests. Thank you for being here. And come on, Spen, let's chop. People got to eat, you know, and it's time to get this show on the road. Shout out to the Great to have all of you on.
Oh, man.
Stay with us. Let's hear these tracks and let's do
Okay.
this.
All right. Fine. Okay. Thank you, dear. Bye, dear. All right. So, all right. Here's how we're going to do this. We have 5 tracks tonight. And we're going to just start. We're just going to go ahead and go right into this. This first track is called I Need Your Funky. And I'm guessing maybe it's supposed to be Funky Love. I'm not sure. But the track is entitled the track is called I Need Your Funky. See, I can't do this without you, dear. I need you here. So it is Talent Tuesday. This is our first track. Let's see where this goes.
Y'all don't hear me.
That is track 1 on Talent Tuesday. A track entitled I Need Your Love. As we go right to seeing what our esteemed guests think about this particular track, I am going to start with Evan and Solara. What did you think about this particular track?
Okay, so before I say anything, I gotta say that you really need to have thick skin in this business. We've all been critiqued before at one point in time in our careers, and more than once. Everybody in this room has critiqued me, I know that. So, you have to have thick skin and just know that this is all coming from a place of love, and we want to see you grow as writers, producers, lyricists, singers, etc. So, having said that, for me, and I'll just keep it short and sweet, I think the track is a bit dated and the vocals are out of tune, and the lyrics are a bit trite. So
Okay.
I don't know what else to say other than I think you need to go back to the drawing board on this one and really pay attention to what's out there on the charts right now. I would say that this would fall under the category of house if you were to look at TrackSource as a guide.
Right.
And see what they're, the best producers on the planet are doing in that category, and see what makes their tracks flow, what makes their tracks interesting, and go from there.
Okay, if you were to give it a scale of 1 to 10, what would it be?
I hate to say it, but probably about a 4 or 5.
Okay, Solara, do you concur? Okay, all right. So I'm guessing you two are giving it a joint 4.
I guess I have to pass on this one.
Interesting.
1 to 10.
Okay. Yes, a number of 1 to 10 would be nice.
Okay, a 3.
Okay. All right. Cool. Let's move to David Harness. What do you think, bro? Oh, wait a minute. My bad. Hold it. Again. I'm ready for you now.
All right.
I'm ready for you now.
So I wrote down a couple of things. I wrote down it had festival vibes. There's definitely an audience for this track. I will say that the vocals were a little much. Sometimes you just don't need to be saying every damn thing in the book, in the recipe, for everybody to understand where you're going with this track.
Right.
Music wasn't too bad. Like I said, there's definitely an audience for that. As far as, like Evan said, we've all been in this industry for quite a while. We have heard it all before. It doesn't sound any different from something that I've already heard before.
Mm-hmm.
But, music is a beautiful thing, and everyone, there's someone out there that's going to love this song. For me, I think it needs a little bit more work. I get the idea where they're going with this. I think the vocals could be worked on a lot more, as I was seeing in the chat room. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I can hear this at a huge festival where a lot of house heads who are not organic to, what we are known for within our soulful community, but yet I think there's an audience for this song.
All right. Scale of 1 to 10.
I give it a 6.5, 6.5.
All right, 6.5 from David Harness. Mr. V.
Yo.
What say ye?
Same thing. I'm piggybacking off of David. I think there's an audience for it. Honestly, I didn't think. It's rough. It's rough. It's not
right.
Something put like this. It's not something that I would play, but it's something I would keep.
Okay,
if that makes sense.
Sure.
What I mean?
Yeah.
It needs to be polished more. I honestly think that whoever produced it, it's not bad. I don't think the mix is bad, but Evan's right. It is dated. It does sound dated. It does, to me, kind of sound like they took splice samples, like the music, and it's kind of, I don't know, something that I'm not leaning, having producers lean more towards. I know it's easily accessible nowadays for people to just jump on Splice and grab whatever and then make a track, but I kind of feel like, you know, there's potential in this track. It just needs to be polished a little bit more creativity to be added to it, and you know, I think it's good to go. I think.
All right, cool. Scale of 1 to 10, or did you?
I give it a 6.
All right.
6. Yeah,
that's a bet. Okay, let's roll. You know what? Because I saw you dancing to this a little bit. What say you, Kelly Tribble Spencer, or Kelly Spencer, or Kelly Spen? Kelly Spen, sir.
Kelly Spen.
Huh?
I did not. I liked the little beat in the beginning, but then there was a noise that kept happening. I'm assuming that was supposed to be some type of musical element, but it was not pleasing to the ear. It was very jarring, especially here with my system in the car. It was not good, and the vocals were not good either. So I would say a 4.
Okay, fair enough. Tommy Davis. Now this is going to be interesting. What you got?
I personally don't really the wrong person to critique this kind of music, but it had me bumping because the drops and everything were done so I could feel it. And most of the time I don't feel records that do that. So whoever did this, they was doing little trick edits in it and stuff, and that just made it interesting. It reminded me of updated, but music just don't expire. And there's an audience out here that would like the roughness of it.
Right. So you're saying what basically what David and Victor are saying. For sure.
Yes. And right. Yes. I love the way the mix was. I like the drops. They wasn't too long. It was really. I like even the vocalist. I like the way she was. Like a church vocalist in the studio. Just say, hey, sing this, and she was doing it. I mean, the levels was all weird and no reverb on her vocals or nothing. It was like raw. But hey, I gotta pass this to Mike. If you crazy, you're crazy. If you don't like this, I give it a 7.
Okay, Mike, what you think?
I'm just gonna piggyback what everyone said, but I thought it needed like a better bass line because I thought it felt like it was missing that to like support whatever the idea was. So it felt to me that was one of the missing things, and it, adding to what everyone else has said. So I guess if you can come up with a bass line to go along with this, I think it's gonna bring it up a little bit and put some more life in this track.
Okay, scale of 1 to 10.
I'll give this one a 6.
All right. Okay. So 6 from my man Mike Free.
Yeah.
So
Twitch poll was like 75% no on Twitch.
75% no. Okay, that sounds like Twitch. No surprise there. All right. Okay, so that's our first song. We're gonna move right on to our second song. This song is called. Yeah.
Ben, what did you think about it though?
Oh boy, I didn't think that you were going to ask me. I guess I need to say, I think it has potential. The vocals are out of key, like Evan mentioned, but not all the way out of key. This reminds me of one of those records that I would hear somewhere on a beach somewhere. Some guy playing something. That could possibly work. I really did like the track more than I liked the vocal. So I think I think it just should be reapproached as a song, because the track is really good. I mean, I think the track had, I saw Kelly dancing, so I was like, oh, she really likes this. And then the vocal came in and kind of took it into a weird direction. But this is definitely a song that I would like to hear come back. So whoever the producer is, it has potential. And everybody has said that it has potential. But I think that, like Evan, again, was saying, like, go to Track Source, go to Beatport, wherever you buy your music, listen to tracks that are similar to this and figure out what you can do as far as getting a song and a singer to work with the track, because to me the track is good. So I'm giving it a 5 because if I'm looking at it like 5 points are for vocals and 5 points are for the track is killer. It's a 5. So it just needs some work in the vocal and vocal delivery area. Does that make you happy, Michael?
Did you just call me by my first name again?
Again.
No legal.
I don't think I'm going to call you Mike Freak anymore. I really don't. So we'll see. We'll see where that goes. All right. Anyway, we're going to move on to our next track, which is called Everybody Bring Love as Talent Tuesday rolls on.
Everybody bring love. Everybody bring love. Everybody bring love. Everybody come. Everybody bring love. Everybody bring love. Everybody bring love. Everybody. Everybody come.
That is our second track for Talent Tuesday. It is called Everybody Ring L-O-V-E. Alright, this is going to be interesting. Who am I going to start with? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm going to start with my bro. David Harness, what did you think about this?
Man, no. Actually, I've been writing notes on each track, and I will say this one. Excuse me. I love those stabs were really cool. Now, to me, once again, it kind of falls into the same category as the first one. I can hear this at a big event, especially like here in the Bay Area when V and I are doing, let's say, like, Pink Mammoth or the huge block parties that go on throughout the summer here. A lot of the versatile DJs that we have in this area, where they come from, let's say, the tech house world or the big room world and things like that, you would hear something like this on a regular, and it works for that type of crowd. For me, to make this feel, and once again, this goes into how you sort of talked about how my production thing is. I would love to hear it as if Manu did a remix of that.
That's interesting, right?
Less on the vocals, but that whole, bassy beat groove that Manu or Rocco or any of those cats can do. Mm-hmm. That record would be off the chain, in my opinion. Just for me. But I don't think it's a bad track. I don't think it's bad. If I were to rate it right now, I'd give it a 7. I'm not a big fan of that vocal.
Right.
Because it sounds kind of cheesy.
Right.
There's so many, you can use love. We've used love so many damn times over that word is like, if I hear somebody say how much they love something.
Buddy, you and Barbara Tucker would be fighting. You would see. There'd be a fight.
I am all about the love. I really am. And to me, there's so many other ways to use that word.
Right.
And that's I think where I'm trying to get at with it. So anyway,
okay.
There we go.
Scale of 1 to 10. You already gave it. You gave it a 7. Very good. All right, cool. Evan and Solara, what do you think?
I think the track is moving along. It stays here for a little long for me, but I think it has like mad potential. I love the message about, I'm sorry, David, but bring love, because I'm all about the love.
And then you're going to be fighting with people on that, but that's going to be interesting.
I just think it needs a little more dynamic in it. It stays here for a long time. I needed to just move me a little more, but I think it has potential.
Okay.
I give it about a 6 or 7.
Okay. Evan, you agree? Disagree?
I'm kind of on the same page as Solar and David on this. I think the track is cool. I could definitely hear it being played at, a festival kind of environment, for the deep house heads that are out there. I thought that the vocal was very been there, done that, though, to be honest. And again, I can't stress enough to, the young producers and writers and singers out there that, every song has been written already a million times, especially about the topic of love. So you just have to find a way to tell the story a little bit differently, make it unique, and let it stand out, from the pack. And, just be careful about using, sort of unimaginative lyrics, I guess, for lack of a better term. So I would just say that, this is probably about a good 6.5 for me. 7.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. Victor.
Yo.
What you think?
Yeah, I'm pretty much online with everybody. I think I don't think that the term what's the name of this song again?
It's called Everybody Bring Love.
Everybody Bring Love. So I think creatively, first of all, whoever produced the track, I think getting it mixed a little bit better. I kind of found that things were just a bit too muddy. Maybe it's what I'm hearing or whatever, but it just sounded a bit too muddy. That's number one. Number two, I think being a little bit more creative with the vocal by using a sampler and chopping it up on a keyboard and just taking certain parts and using it could have been a little bit more better. But this gives me like I just left an after hour at 6, 7 in the morning, and they're playing this, or
Right.
arriving to one at 6, 7 in the morning, and when I'm walking in the club, they're playing this type of record. It gave me Doc Martin vibes and like a LA Warehouse type of vibe. You know, it gives me that. Again, this is another record that you can use for those late night sets, or if you're trying to create a vibe or like an ambience of like really late night stuff. Or you could be on one. It could be alcohol or whatever is your thing that you're choosing, and you can vibe out to it. So it has a vibe to it. I just think that it just needs to be polished more and just a little bit more dived in. If there's a rating I'll give it a 7. Whoever produced it, just keep it going and just tighten things up a little bit. There's definitely something there. It just got to be polished and just tightened up a bit more, and then just be a little bit more creative with the vocal. There's nothing wrong with Love. You just got to be creative with it. That's all.
All right. Speaking of Love, Freak Man, what you think?
I quite like it. I was digging that tune. I like the way it was arranged. The only thing, if there was anything, it felt like they put in a whole lot of like limiting to it, because it was distorting on my end. So I thought it was. Yeah, they brickwalled the thing. So Pete LaFreak was saying in the chat. So
which I think is like kind of like they're trying to do that kind of pumpy.
Yeah.
Which is very hard to achieve with unless you kind of really sort of know what you're doing with that. So
and as soon as we start streaming it, and it becomes more prominent, because sometimes you'll just hear it on your system, and then you hear it on the stream. The sound changes and it becomes more apparent. So something to consider if you're producing. Think of how it's going to sound in streams.
Right. So scale of 1 to 10.
I'll give this one a 7. I quite like it. I think it's pretty close to what we're doing on Q. So yeah.
All right. Cool. Tom.
Yes.
Bring us home, buddy. Bring us home.
Hey, I gotta ask you a question, Spen. Are you at 12 o'clock on all the EQ on this
12 straight up, didn't touch it.
Can you turn the bass down and give me five seconds? Turn it down.
All right, that's the bass all the way out.
Yeah. Now,
that's the bass at.
Go back.
Okay, there.
That's a rockin' track right there.
Again, it was polished. Yeah,
right.
It was polished. Yeah, it's a good track.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it's good. Which is why I'm guessing it's getting all of the 7s and stuff. That it definitely. Again, here we go with a track that has a lot of potential.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah, has a lot of potential.
So I'm just speaking as a DJ. A lot of songs are something like mastered that way, and you have to turn your EQ down to play it. But underneath of it is a great track. So I was wondering where you had your setting on, because on us hearing in the stream, it sounded like it was in a red. Like, oh, why is it so far in a red?
Yeah. So literally, that is with the bass at basically 9 o'clock. This is with the bass at 12 o'clock.
That's too heavy.
Right. Bass at 9. Right.
It has to be polished. That's all.
Right.
Right.
Got it. Yeah.
Right. So I agree with everybody else. I think with some mixing, I'm trying to figure out, because look, I got a dude like Mr. V on here, right? Who literally is like the king of making like records that you talk on and putting, like Just Dance and records of that type. V is like the king of them. I don't care what anybody says, right? I don't even care what he says. He's saying that he's not, but he truly is. And the facts really are, we doing records like For the Love of House and that kind of a thing. And I guess timing plays a part in it, because now, we're dealing with an industry that has 100,000 records delivered into it every week. So being creative and the creativity factor of everything that you do really does matter, because you don't want something to sound like it's been trite or done before. Right. But
And everybody's attention span is different.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Correct.
Right on the money.
Yep.
Correct. So it's like even us, and I guess that's kind of where Victor was kind of going with what he's saying. Even us as producers, in this day and age, have to constantly reinvent, constantly work on, what it is that we do. So it's not that anything that's being said here was meant to really tear you down. What it's meant to say is that we constantly have to reinvent ourselves. So as new producers in a game that is overrun with music, you have to actually just be kind of that much better. It's weird to kind of say that, but that's exactly what I think is the universal kind of comments here. Is like, okay, yeah, we've heard, everybody bring love, like, what is different about what you're saying on top, again, of a banger? This track is banging. The track is not the problem. It's what's on the track that's going to set the track apart from everything else. So, yeah, that again, another record that I would love to hear come back to us, but yeah, I kind of agree with everybody else. I'm about at a 7
Barbara's
with it.
vocal over it.
Who?
I said, imagine Barbara's vocal over it. Oh,
Right. See, now you're even talking about singing over it. Yeah, correct. Like something. What would take the track to make it? What would take this track to like a level where nothing else is like it? So yeah, I totally agree with that. Yes, sir.
I didn't give it a number. I'm gonna give this one an 8 because it's just rocking. I mean, but I want the producers to know when you send us a demo in here, we're thinking about this kind of stuff too. We're thinking about what we have to do to clean it up to a level that our audience is going to not hear it. When nowadays you have DJs that I call hot potato DJs. They just touch.
Did you just say hot potato DJ?
Yeah. Yeah, they don't touch that EQ. They play a record as it is. Ow.
Oh.
So if you send a record out, and if you put a record out, wait.
A hot potato DJ.
Listen.
And we are all thinking of a few folks that we may know that do that hot potato type stuff.
Well, just to make sure that nobody knows my age, I have no idea what hot potato means.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You come from the hip hop territory. So what really he's talking about is, which is very interesting to me, because there was this one point in music where, especially with the hip hop DJs, you hear the first verse, the hook, boom, off to the next song. First verse, the hook. And then if you have a MC, it's like first verse, the hook, and your MC is on top of it, boom, next song. So songs in the weirdest type of way sometimes don't even get played in their entirety anymore in a club setting or a party setting. That's Tommy. Am I?
No, you're not. No,
I'm wrong. Okay,
no.
Okay. Well, then
correct
me.
So you have DJs that do not touch an EQ. So if a record is over biased like that, they're not going to adjust that bass. They're going to tend not to play your record because they don't tweak. They just touch the knob like I'm mixing. That's all they do. So you're calling a hot potato DJ a DJ that just plays from record to record without touching anything? And they just touch the knob like
okay.
Oh, they didn't. Nothing is happening.
Terrible, man.
What in the world?
So your record. Wait, y'all not let me finish. The record has to be all the way there because they're not going to do this tweak that other DJs do. They're going to play it the way you sent it to them. So we try to make the record so you ain't got to touch it. You just put it on.
Right. Okay.
That's what I mean.
Well, I'm glad that was clarified because I was on some whole other planet. Okay. Fair enough.
You was right. That's a whole other thing you was talking about. But you're right about that.
Okay, all right. Well, thank the Lord, I'm right about something. All right. Anyway, we're gonna move on to our next track. This track is called "I Got Tricked" as Talent Tuesday continues.
Tricky when you wanna be. I'm tricky, don't forget, I'm tricky. Tricky, count for fun. Tricky me, 1, 2, 3, I trick me. Oh, count to 3, I'm tricky. I'll trick you with my eyes and I'll trick you with my soul. When you've been tricked, you will never know. Never know.
Everybody in the room gonna feel the song, man. Everybody feel the bass.
Trick me, trick me, trick me, trick me, yeah, trick me, trick me, trick me, yeah, yeah. You know why I'm tricky, I got tricked, so yeah, I got tricky. Come trick me, come trick me. Did you too? Did you not, or did you trick me? Try to trick me. Tricky off the top, tricky when you wanna be. Tricky count for fun, tricky me 1, 2, I tricked me.
We gonna bring this thing. 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 We gonna bring this thing.
Tricky.
We gonna bring this thing. We gonna bring this thing to the front. Man, everybody feel the bass. We gonna bring this thing. We gonna bring this thing. We gonna bring this thing. We gonna bring this thing.
I've been tricked too much with my eyes and oh, I got tricked. You've been tricked. Tricky, would you marry me? Oh,
bring this thing. We gonna bring this thing.
I've been tricked too much with my eyes and oh, I got tricked. You've been tricked. Tricky, would you marry me? Oh, I got tricked. You've been tricked. Tricky, would you marry me? Oh, I got tricked. You've been tricked. Tricky, would you marry me? I'm such a naughty bitch. Naughty tricky.
We gonna bring this thing. We gonna bring this thing. We gonna bring this thing.
All right, I got tricked. By the time I turned it on and heard what was going on, yeah, that probably shouldn't have even made the cut today at all. But I don't know whether we should even, you know what?
Yeah, man, why not? No, it's Talent Tuesday. No, why not? No.
It's Talent Tuesday, right?
No mercy. Yeah, no mercy.
All right. Victor, it's on you. What do you think?
First of all, this chat got no chill, man. I'm looking at the chat, man. This chat is terrible, man. You guys are harsher than us, man.
Oh
my God, this chat on Twitch and Facebook is just there's no mercy. Good Lord. First and foremost, it was all over the place. And whoever produced it and whoever's the vocalist, please don't take anything that I say super hard. Just take it with that I'm trying to help you. But everything sounded like it was in mono. Like none of the keyboards or whatever was in its right places. It was just all over the place, man. The vocal was like, I felt like it was yelling at me. That's what it felt like. It just wasn't it, man. I'm sorry, man. I don't even want to rate it.
Yeah.
I don't even want to rate it, man.
All right. That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
I just, whoever produced it, really learn how to, you can learn how to mix. There's tutorials on YouTube. There's so many people giving incredible advice on how to mix records. Same thing for vocalists. You know, it's just there was just way too much going on, man. And I'm not even gonna rate it. Just take my advice. I'll just put it like that. And whatever you do, don't look at the chat.
David, David, you're next. Oh, and wait a minute. Sorry, hold on. There you go.
I was saying that I was looking at the chat while I was listening, just shaking my head, going, "Oh no, oh no, oh no." Listen, I wrote down "too busy." Oh my goodness, it was like, where are we going with this? And I mean, I felt like we got tricked.
Yeah.
I think I'm piggybacking off of V. You know, no disrespect to the producer and the vocalist that were doing what they're doing. It's not a track for me. I think it needs to be reworked and really just kind of fine tune where you're trying to go with the song. And maybe if you're new in this game, you're not familiar with the audience that you're trying to go for, maybe just go out a couple of times and get a feel of one of your favorite spots and follow that direction. If I'm making sense on that, that's just what I can say.
You giving it a number?
I can throw a number on it.
What you think? Okay, all right, a 3. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Here we go.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I mean, this track would make a cup of coffee nervous. That's
okay.
I don't even know what to say. I mean, there's an expression, less is more, and I think that people that produce this way really need to study that. And, just start pulling stuff out. You don't need all of it. It's just too much, and then there's no story I still don't know what's tricky at this point. I have no idea what they were even talking about. So you got to develop a story. You got to, build your tracks, accordingly. Think less is more, and I'd have to give this one about a 2 or a 3, I guess.
So Laura.
Yeah. I knew it.
No comment at all.
No comment.
All right. Michael.
I don't know what to say. I mean, if you take out a couple of things in that arrangement, I think it's gonna pop. Because I heard some like really good bass line right there, and you tamed the synth. I think you can make something out of this one. Fix the vocals. But as far as for our label, I don't think it's gonna fit.
Correct. I don't think it fits anywhere. Correct.
No.
I definitely agree with you on that.
Yep.
You giving it a number?
4.
All right.
Yeah, I
Tom.
have some good stuff. So
Okay. That's okay. All right. Tom.
Well, the first thing I thought about is just not for us. That's just like okay. And when we say that to the people, the producer, if you're in the chat, we're just saying it's not for our label. You could go probably find a label that has similar music and do it. So we're not saying it's never going to work. It just doesn't work for us. It was very busy, too many ideas going on. And then you had some key issues with the vocalist when you kept switching the music and the vocalist was still singing to the other key that you was on. That's a big problem. You had some hip hop in there. I think he was cursing in there, saying something.
Yeah.
And like, oh.
That's why I say I got tricked. I definitely got tricked.
But like Mike said, it's a lot of pieces in there. If you simplified it down, and it seemed like he was aiming for a younger audience than we have. So, they appreciate a different kind of rhyming thing. And it was built for them. It was built for them. So if you want to sound like a new wave vocalist in 2024 with hip hop mixed into it, then you're going to have to tone it down and make sure your audience understands what you're trying to get. So I would give it a 4 because it's just not for us. We're the wrong people to critique this.
Yeah. I totally agree. Too much. And I agree with everybody else. Less is more. I mean, it's one of the things. I watched a documentary with Nile Rodgers, and part of what they were saying about what made the Chic sound so, I guess, acceptable was that it sounded like it was a lot going on, but it really wasn't a lot going on. You got bass, you got guitar, you got you got a drummer, and sometimes you would have strings and some string arrangement, but that would be it in a song. So yes, I think even with younger records, I mean, you listen to Megan Thee Stallion, these records aren't busy. Nothing that I hear that's a hit is overly busy to that degree. So I think listen to what everybody had to say. I think it does have some pieces, so I'm going to give it a 4 as well. And just I hope that the song grows from what it is that we have said, and that you will take that to heart as we continue with track number 4 on Talent Tuesday. This track is called Paradise as Talent Tuesday rolls on.
I'm broken down, trying to pick up the pieces. I'm tired of trying, but I know I can do this. The sun will appear from behind the clouds. The night will fall when the stars are out.
That is track 4, and it is called Take Me to Paradise. I think I'm going to start with Evan and Solara on this one. What do y'all think?
Well, it definitely has a commercial vibe about it. Not really my particular cup of tea, but I could definitely see a market for it. My critique, though, would be to really work on the lyrical content. And for a lot of beginning songwriters out there, there's a really good book out there by an author named Sheila Davis called The Craft of Lyric Writing. And it gives you a lot of insight on how to come up with imaginative rhyming patterns, you know, whether it's A, B, B, A, B, A, B, or, you know, working on internal rhymes. It also helps you develop a way to tell the story. I mean, the art of songwriting is sort of a lost art, in my opinion. There are still people out there who do a wonderful job of it, by the way. But I'm noticing that with a lot of the young up-and-comers, they don't have all the tools in their toolbox yet. And, you know, you have to start off. I mean, I look at songwriting and even just building these tracks as sort of like a 3-act play. You've got the opening act, the middle act, and then the end, you know, the band. And to me, you got to establish what the conflict is, you know, and then what the resolve is before you get to the chorus. And then the chorus is the payoff. And then when the second verse rolls around, you know, you continue the story. And, you know, some people use bridges after the second chorus. Some people don't, you know, throw bridges in there. But I just think that people need to really pay attention to some of the best producers and songwriters out there, and really kind of, you know, take a deep dive into what makes a great song. And that one book, you know, will offer some help on the fundamentals. But then I go back to, you know, listen to the classics. Listen to a Finally by, you know, Julie McKnight. Listen to well, anything DJ Spen, anything Nick Kizzy, anything, you know, David Martinez. You guys all are at the top of your game. So just be a student of the game. You have to be a sponge and soak it all in. And I think that will ultimately elevate you to the next level. But I think this track has some potential. It sounded a little distorted on this end. I don't know about anybody else.
Sounded a little mono. I think it's a little mono-y.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Definitely had a commercial vibe to it, and I think there's probably an audience for it. I'm being very nitpicky right now, but I think I would have to give it about a good 6 or so.
Okay. All right. Solara.
I think it has, like Evan said, a commercial appeal to it. I'm not certain it's for Quantize or, you know, any soulful label, you know, as far as that's concerned. There is a market for that sound. Whether or not the sonics are, you know, correct in this particular track, I'm going to step out on a limb and say it just needs some more work as far as that's concerned.
Okay.
But I'd give it about a 6 as well.
Okay. Awesome. All right. David, what you think?
Hello. Let's see. Y'all remember Architects featuring Nene? Do you remember that? It was a huge. It was big for me. It was a big, a garage, a 2-step garage record.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So those break that sort of intro that started with that. Dun, 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 dun. That's what it reminded me so much of that, which it caught my attention. I do agree with Evan and Solara saying that it's definitely a commercial record. For it being quantized, it would need a bunch of retouch and rework and all that kind of stuff. But I think there may be some other labels that could be better suited for where they're trying to go with that song.
Right.
Also, I think with the vocals, you know, just kind of hearing what Solara and what Evan was saying in regards to the vocals, it kind of makes me think of how Sandy Rivera did "Fall for You" with the female vocalist April. I forget her last name, but if it was kind of cleaned up and done in that type of vein, that'd be a hot record. But I definitely know there's a market for that song. I just don't think, at least where this core audience right here is going, it's hitting those kids.
Right. Okay. Scale of 1 to 10.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
All right, Mr. V, what you think?
I'm gonna give it an 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a different take. I have a different take on it. I think this is made for QU3, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
And the reason why is, again, everyone has their own take on this record, and coming from seeing what's happening in different parts of club life nowadays, this specific record touches a kind of market that you can bring the young generation in, and then you can package this with other remixers so that you can keep your core base involved if you get the right remixes, right? And you keep that original mix. You polish it, you tell the producer to get it better, tighten it, and just put that version out. I honestly found nothing wrong with that version, with the lyric content, with the song. It's simple. It wasn't too busy, but it wasn't too it wasn't too it was like the perfect balance of something that I know could go commercial, but still had an edge to it and still kind of had this little bit of soul in it. Maybe it's just me, but if that makes sense to somebody, then cool.
Not just you.
But yeah, but I can see this is like this. This record is exactly the same reason why QU3 was born. In other words, you can't have the same soulful house records that we all cater to all the time. And this is why I created Music for Tomorrow, which is a sub-label from Soul Channel Music, which caters to stuff like this, where we know that certain things have potential, but we also know that we have friends that we would love to challenge and say, hey, this vocal ain't the greatest, but you think you can make something out of nothing? And sometimes wonders happen, with records like this. So the reason why I gave it an 8 is because I can see that this can be taken and the way we critique music will always be subjective, always. And the way we view music will always be subjective to everybody. But to be fair, some people have a way of marketing a record, and then, some people have a different view about it. I think this record could work for QU3. You package it correctly, and it could take off. Honestly, I mean, look, the lyrics said something about paradise, and the first thing I thought was some sort of TV show that had to do with paradise, but they were using that music as the underlying beat.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, this our market has blown up so big, and I'm not even just talking about just the tech house or whatever, but we have already been hearing soulful house records are on TV. They're on commercials. It is coming around. I've heard it today on Call of Duty. I seen one of the biggest streamers who play Call of Duty was playing Deep Inside when he jumped in the car after shooting 3 kids, like in the game. And he jumped in the car, and all you heard was Deep Inside. As funny as that was, it was in the video game. It's in the game. Yeah, so man. Our presence is here. If you take a record like this, you package it, and you add our friends to it as a remix package, again, it's what QU3 is made for, these type of records. So I gave it an 8 for that. All
right. That makes sense. Yeah, man, makes perfectly good sense. Let's see if it makes sense to the actual A&R person of QU3.
I mean, yeah, Mr. V read my mind. I was just about to text you about this record, Spen, because I was really I thought it just had great potential. I could see this, not... Because sometimes I always think about, how's this thing going to do on TrackSource? But at the same time, I think of other avenues like Spotify,
That's right.
It's going to do well in Beatport. There's a whole bunch of, market that this record can tap onto. So I really like the record. We just need to listen to it again. But yeah, I'm like giving this a 9. I was like digging it. I was digging the vibe. So, yes.
Okay. All right. Tommy, bring us on. What you think?
Okay. At first I thought that, hey, this is kind of, I've heard it 100 times, but Spen and I, we kind of argue when we hear something that's, we've been doing this for a long time, so you kind of hear the same song come around all the time. But we forget that some of these people were born in 2000. So, you know what I mean? So therefore, to them, it's not as dated as we think it is. So even though it has sound like a sound we heard 100 times, this new audience out here never heard this before. So where we want to create something new, this for them is they're not going to remember Peach Boys, or they're not going to remember Show Me Love, and not unless it's some techno remix of it. They're not going to know finally. They're not, to them, these are all new records. So when this record had all those elements in it, it had all the elements to say, hey guys, here's a sound you never heard.
Right.
But we know this has been done 100 times. So I definitely give it a 7.
All right. So that bass line, David, what did you say to that? Because I do believe I know what you're talking about. There's a don't. I can't remember what the name of the song is, but it's big. It's a big.
It was called Body Grooves.
Right, it's a big UK record. Like you couldn't go to a party in London and kind of like not hear somebody playing this record at like 127, 128 BPMs. And I'm Victor, I know you probably know it enough. But yes, but it was a big record. So the bass line is a rip. It's semi-rip. You know, they changed a couple of notes and it's whatever.
You could tell that they did sort of their interpretation, or at least in my opinion, it was sort of like an interpretation of it. And it just reminded me, it definitely was not exactly the same, but
right, it's definitely not the same, but it is.
It had that feel, and I was like, okay, that's kind of dope. You know?
Right. Okay, sorry, I'm screaming at everybody. I'm just right. Okay. Anyhow, I don't mean to be screaming in anybody's ear. So I agree with Victor. I think the record definitely needs some mastering. It was coming through my headphones like it sounded like it didn't have any dynamic going on. And I agree with Evan though. I think that with a little bit better song, just a little bit better song. You know, the track is bonkers. I think it's really good. The track's good, but I'm giving it a 7. But I definitely think it has solid potential. The fact that Mike likes it, and I knew he would, is really good. So I'm really hoping we can, you know, have this record as something that'll come out on cue, and we'll see where it goes. But it definitely has potential in my mind.
It's some Evan, you nailed it. You know how many times I go in studios with new producers and they don't understand the structure of a song, and I have to sit there and explain that there's this A B L A, and they actually don't do anything. They're playing or they're writing organically without knowing why they're writing that way. And just any producer out there that's writing, even in your music, listen to their classics, because they'll give you the foundation of original stuff. There's such thing as a bridge, even though most dance music now don't have that much of a bridge, but some records have 2 bridges. And trying to explain this to a new producer is like talking German. It's like, listen, you got to explore some other stuff. You're going to have to go backwards to go forward. So that was a brilliant thing that you tried to do. I don't know if they caught what you were saying.
No, he definitely was. And just so that we know, what is the name of that book?
Oh, it's The Craft of Lyric Writing by Sheila Davis. And I think there's a couple of different updated editions.
Okay.
The Craft of Lyric Writing by Sheila Davis?
Correct.
Yeah.
Is it on audiobooks too or no?
I don't know. I had the hard copy. I bought it 25, 30 years ago, so I couldn't tell you. But I know that there was some really good information for me as a younger, because I started late in the game, but as a younger writer and producer, I got some good information. And you know, to kind of piggyback on, I think it was what Mike was talking about young kids, and they don't know they don't even know, "Show Me Love" or things unless it's a techno version. I'm not sure who said that. I thought
Tommy said that.
Oh, Tommy said that. Okay.
No, Tommy.
I mean, I think that we have to set the bar a little bit higher. I mean, and I think that that's sort of the problem in today's world is that we've set such a low bar, I think, for excellence. And, when I was coming up, and I'm sure everybody in this room can agree, I mean, we listened to, the likes of Teddy Pendergrass, Marvin Gaye, Gamble and Huff, Curtis Mayfield, and then take your pick of all the great rock bands from the 60s and the 70s as well. So I'm a student of not only what's going on now, but also what happened 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago. And, I think that young kids coming up now, or people that are just getting into this, really need to do their homework and be a sponge and just soak it all in. Shame on them if they've never heard the original version of "Show Me Love," or songs from that era. So anyway, that's my 2 cents.
I understand. I totally and 100% get what you're saying, and I think that it's important. What's interesting is, with as big as something like K-pop is right now, if you go anywhere, almost anywhere in Asia, and you DJ for people who don't even understand what the language is of the records that you're playing, but they know every single thing. They know your music's history. They know the music of they're like historians. And wow. In my mind, the Asians in those countries really do have a deep understanding of where it could be rock, it could be jazz, especially like the jazz. It's like they absorb all of the information and take it in. And then you wonder why something like K-pop is so huge. You listen to K-pop records, they sound like, like old school kind of like, you know what I mean? Like records that came out long, especially during like what would you say that era, Tommy, or David?
Bebop, like called? Bebop days and all those.
Yeah.
The
and
days
like
of
that,
like.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean.
Like that electronic sound that was coming around when Lisa and Cult Jam were popular and that kind of a thing. They just take it and just embrace that. And now they've got hit records after hit records. And Mike was telling me that your daughter went to a K-pop concert with how many people?
Thousands. Like it was a filled up arena, and like people didn't even know what the song was. Like they were singing in Korean, but
right.
You got kids from the different races know what the song is about. And I was like, oh, this is the kind of like it opens your mind a little bit to understand how
it does.
What's going on with these kids, because they don't have any idea what's going on. That this is for them. This is their pop music. This is the music that they grew up listening to. And I guess us as producers, that's our job to educate these kids. Like I let my daughter listen to disco every now and then on the way to school. So, but she likes K-pop. So.
Yeah.
We have a job right here as producers and DJs to educate. So
right.
Yeah. I usually let my daughter do that and let her play music for me. Honestly. I actually let her do that. I'm not gonna lie. Like Olivia Rodrigo or Rodriguez, whatever her name is.
Olivia Rodrigo,
She's just an amazing writer, believe it or not, man. Yeah. I'll fight anybody on that, man. To listen to this little girl's lyrics. And then to see the credits that she only writes with one other person. Same thing with Billie Eilish, only writing with her brother.
Right.
We have writers nowadays that actually do a lot of things. And you know what? The one thing I will tell everybody is to, really, really look at, and I know we don't get to see it, but the credits for records. Really look at how many people are writing on records. And I hate to say this, it's kind of crazy for me when I see that 5 or 6 people wrote a song. I just don't. I don't get it. I mean, I love the end production of it, but I just, there are good writers out there, and even if it takes 5 to 6 people to write a song, it's still good writers. So yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Agreed, B.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
All right, as we move on to our very last record, this has been a really good form here. But let's move on to our next record. As Talent Tuesday continues, stay tuned and lock it down.
out to win, and then you lose. It's a long road to get back to you, but take your time, baby's what you got to do. Promised to myself, I made a promise to myself. Promised to myself, I made a promise to myself. Promised to myself, I made a promise to myself. Promised to myself, I made a promise to myself.
It is Talent Tuesday with a track entitled I Won't Go Back. Let's see. What are we going to do first here? David Harness. What do you think about this track?
I think as it started off, it caught my attention, but it felt one note to me. I don't know how to answer this one, to be perfectly honest with you.
Okay.
Because there were things in the track. Of course, it kind of gave me a whole classic feel, which, you know, we all of us on this panel were all from that day, you know. But I feel like the vocal. Here's another thing. I am a vocal head. I love anyone who is in whatever class, genre, field, what have you, but there's got to be some element of soul and in their own way. It doesn't have to be like a soulful singer, but you just got to feel. I just didn't feel anything from that vocal. It just felt like, okay, somebody either wrote that or she wrote it, and that's what it is. And I'm not trying to downplay, you know, this particular vocalist or the artist that did this stuff, because I see the potential in the track. But it just felt like it wasn't going in any other direction, even with the words and what she was talking about or singing about. It just didn't really take me anywhere that I felt like they wanted to take me through their music. So that's where I'm at.
Okay, all right. Okay, scale of 1 to 10, all good, man.
If Quantize were to pick this up and to do some mixes and really clean her up, it would be a hot record. But right now, I think, as I'm hearing it, 5.
Okay, bet. All right. So, Laura and Evan, what say you two?
For me, a track, I have to have a connection to it. It has to connect with my soul. And again, it doesn't have to be like a screaming soulful diva, you know. There was no connection for me. And I was trying to, you know, at first it caught my attention in the beginning, but then it just stayed here for me, and it didn't go anywhere that much, you know, that was different from the beginning to the middle to the end. Okay. So what David, you know, I'm piggybacking on what David said there, you know, a vocal has to touch me. And I don't think this one did. Maybe if there was some reworking going on, it could. As far as the track, I thought the vocals were really in your face, loud. Maybe that was just a mix issue for me.
Right.
But it just didn't go anywhere for me. Okay. So what will I rate it? I don't know. I would probably have to hear it again a little bit more polished, as he said.
But for now, I'd give it like a 5. 6.
Okay. Fair enough. You agree, Evan?
You know, when I first heard this, I thought this was this had potential. But then as the song unfolded, it was very repetitive. And I understand that there's something to be said for repetitiveness, especially in, you know, when you're trying to drive a hook home, or even in a dub mix, you know, just sort of locking into a couple of different little hooks or sub hooks. But when when you're actually singing a full song, for me, this just got too repetitive. The story was a little, all over the place. It was kind of disjointed, lots of random thoughts, but no cohesiveness to it in terms of telling the story.
Mhm.
And I'm what could I say? I'm a lyric nerd, and I know I'm older than most of the kids out there that are listening to this stuff. But I agree with what V said earlier about some of the the newer songwriters that are out now, like Billie Eilish comes to mind, and Casey Musgraves. Even I heard her, for the first time ever, believe it or not, a couple of weeks ago on Saturday Night Live, and I really enjoyed what she did. There's just a lot of good talent out there right now, and I think that if you're going to be a vocalist, you not only have to work on your vocal chops and touching people's hearts and souls, but you also have to work on your lyric chops as well. And last but not least, I think that the music also needs to tell a story. And what I'm hearing with a lot of these tracks is that it's all sort of like everybody's been saying, sort of one note. And it's okay to have a nice groove, but then take us somewhere. Just develop the track a little bit. Think of it again as that 3-act play where you're building up a little bit of steam as the song progresses, and culminating to some big crescendo towards the end. Take us somewhere. So I would have to rate this probably about a 5 too. I thought it had potential. I think it could still do well if the writer and the singer sort of got together and sort of reworked the lyrics and the storyline and the music.
I have one more thing to say to whoever this artist is. Maybe they should take a page out of Tyler's book, The Song Water, and just listen to the progression and the lyrical content of that song. And also for me, the drums and bass line is real big for me. And if I don't hear that or feel that in my chest, then, I don't really have much else to say about it. Just lyrical content, take us on a journey, let us feel your heart is what I'm saying.
All right. Victor.
Yo.
What you thinking?
All right. So first of all, Evan, man, I'm just gonna say that we're all spoiled, all of us, because we kind of grew up on music that had lyrical content that was on point, that told the story. So nothing that you're gonna say. I hope people don't think that he's telling us to go back, blah blah blah. Is what you're saying is absolutely correct. I think for me, this sounded more like a dub of something than anything, because the only two words I could make out was 10,000 steps and whatever other vocal was there. Whatever I say here does not reflect Quantize in any way and hurt them in any way. I'm just being honest here. I kind of felt like the vocal wasn't so bad. It gave me like Linda Clifford vibes, kind of like that vibe. And even the track wasn't so bad, but it just lacks something. I can't even really put my finger on it, man. It kind of like, I don't know. I don't know. And I have to go back to what Evan is saying. It's like, what was the direction? The vocal. Can anyone tell me what the direction of the vocal was? Because this was very.
I agree. I think this track lacks arrangement as well as a few other things, but I think the arrangement on something like this is key, especially when people think that dubs aren't really. Dubs don't have any kind of real direction. That's a lie, and the truth ain't in it. Most dubs, a good dub, it has just as much direction as anything else. But I think that it
wasn't so bad. It really wasn't so bad. And I'm not trying to be, again, I don't want to critique people too hard, because it's so easy nowadays to get into this production thing, not as like it was before, but I just want whoever's making these records to understand that there really is also no excuse to really make a bad record. You know, we have the resources to do this thing and for you to get it right. I wish I had YouTube back in 2004, 2002, you know, when I was working for Louis and Kenny. I wish I had YouTube where I had all these engineers giving me how to compress a kick, how to tune a kick so that it goes with your bass. You have that now. It's here now. There is no excuse as to why you can't make great sounding records, why you can't craft a song and write a song the way it should be. There is diamonds out there. You can do it. This record is not so bad. It's not that bad, but it's not great either. You know, I don't know what 10,000 steps meant. I'm keep looking at my Apple Watch like, am I off today or what? You know what I mean? So I just need more context. Context is what we're talking about. Context is what we need.
Yeah.
Context
what is it that broke this person is what I want to know.
Exactly. What's 10,000 steps to what? To what? Because I was waiting for that throughout the whole song. And the breakdown wasn't great either. There was a break in there that I didn't like at all. Like it kind of took away, and then her vocal was overpowered. If I had to rate this, man, just to move on, I'm going to give it a 6.
Okay.
I'll give it a 6. Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Mike, thoughts?
Yeah, I was trying to. It was a case of like a couple of hooks right there that they was trying to do, and you know, I guess you have to concentrate on which hook do you want to, you know, you want to emphasize on the song. If there was anything I could add to what everyone else was saying, you know, it's pretty creative, you know, because a lot of times like the piano was kind of repetitive, so it means you have to do something that would counter that, you know. That repetition that kept going on, and there was really nothing to counter that, because I thought that part was kind of brilliant. You know, the music was pretty good, and you need something that would complement that music right there. So that I think was one of those things that I was trying to look for that I didn't get. So
all right,
I'd give this a 7.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid song.
Thomas.
Well, I liked it, but I agree with what everyone said. But this is the thing. Nowadays, you can get these vocal packs, and you can get one vocalist doing a whole bunch of things, but you just can't throw them all together, and it doesn't make sense to take the person. The dancer is very, very smart. They are not there for 6 hours not knowing what they're looking for, even if they never heard it. So they want to go on this journey. So I remember this record called Tell Me That I'm Dreaming. I worked in retail. So guess what? The people didn't come in asking for Tell Me That I'm Dreaming. They asked, what's the song that a man likes milk and he owns 1 million cows?
Or
that
out of control. Out of control.
Right. Out of control.
a hook, one good hook can make your record incredible. So sometimes pay attention. 10,000 Steps was redundant, but it wasn't done in a way to make it a hook. You know what I mean? So you have to take these little kits. I'm not putting down producers that can't get vocalists. I get it. You know what I mean? You might not be able to get a vocalist, so you can buy these kits that have vocal package on it, like with Robert Owens and so many other ones that put these kits out. So you take the song and you connect them together where it sounds like it's one song, but there's no glue. You know what I mean? So if you don't put the glue or take a hook, then your people are not going to connect. A hook is a great way to connect, to make people, especially in dance, they love a hook. I mean, la la dee, la la la, la la dee, a hook. You know what I mean? Who cares about the rest of the song? Because they're hooked on your chorus, on your hook, or whatever it is. So I was waiting for this song to do a hook and just knock the hook out the park. You know what I mean? And if you're going to do music that is a filtered loop, make your drums make the movement. Something else got to move. Something else has to move because the dancers are using their feet. And if your drums is stuck, their feet is doing the same step like a robot over and over and over. So you got to pay attention. Well, who is laughing? You have to realize that the dancer.
And Evan.
I'm not lying. I'm a dancer.
My foot stuck.
These things are really important because the dancers are syncopated. So they are dancing to your rhythm. If you're going to get a great loop, I love loops because I'm a loop guy. But everything else got to support that loop. It has to move. It has to move to make me want to go plie over here and roll on the floor over there. It's like it's got to do stuff. So I give this record a good 6. And I think you should take this record back and bring it back one more time. Bring it back. You got the potential to knock our socks off.
Now here's what's interesting, right? Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, which and by the way, peace to Lexi and Soulful Susie and Benji Bradshaw and everybody over on Twitch, you know, the Quantized family, Brian Talmadge, man, so many people. Lamore Disco, all of our normal folk that are in with Talent Tuesday with us. Big up and peace to you. But Lexi has informed me that this record, the singer on this record, was the same singer that was on I Got Tricked. Same producer.
No. What? Wow.
No. We got tricked again.
You know what that means? That means that they have potential to fix that last one. That's what.
Correct.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So it's not that the artist doesn't have potential. It's got to be a little bit more of a focus. But wow, that's wide, exceptionally wide. But I agree with what everybody else said. I give it a, I don't know. I give it a 6. Again, I think maybe even those elements could have worked arranged in a little bit of a different way. I mean, I hear where you were going with the Won't Go Back. But if the song is called Won't Go Back and everybody here remembers 10,000 Steps, you know?
Because frankly, 10,000 Steps was the only thing that stuck out and it sounded good. So.
That really stuck out. Correct. Correct.
Yeah. Maybe we should name the song 10,000 Steps instead of Won't Go Back.
Right. I mean, it's right. I totally agree. If that is going to be the focal point, which to all of us it is, and maybe that needs to be revisited as well.
I mean, that would stick out actually. That title would actually stand out.
Yeah.
Right. Mike, what did we run a poll on that?
I cannot remember what the score was.
Okay.
Anyone remember?
Yeah, anybody know what the score was?
I can scroll back.
Okay. But anyway, all right.
I mean, the chat seems okay with it from what I'm reading on the chat. I mean, there's people that are 50-50 to me from what I see.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was 75.
75, right. Stop. Benji Bradshaw, behave yourself. Stop it.
Yeah, man, it's a family chat, man.
Right, I saw that. Jeez. All right. Anyway. You
don't want to put nobody on timeout, man. You gotta slow down, man.
Right, man. My own people, Victor, yo, they just crazy. Just act like dealing with children all the time. but it is what it is.
Twitch, man. There's a timeout button. I wish we had that for people that we love too.
Right.
Timeout, man.
Ching ching. Right in the corner. All right.
Whatever you do, man, just don't save this for my lady. She better not feel it.
Oh Lord. No, man. Anyway, Victor, thank you for joining us today. I know that you normally stream during this time, so I know that it is a sacrifice for you on top of everything else.
No, it's not a sacrifice. I love doing this, man. Anytime you guys need me, all you gotta do is text me and then just Venmo me $5 and we're cool.
Up and coming producers, please don't listen to strike that last line about Venmo. Yeah, that came out. So tell us what you got going on. Anything you want to mention to everybody?
Man, dude, a lot. I'll be back on Twitch this week. Starting Thursday. You guys can catch me on Twitch. If you don't, it should be in the chat. So I'll be back on it Thursday, doing a regular stream, and then Friday, No Music Friday, which is like a Miami music week. Since I'm not there, I might as well just play the records that I was gonna play when I was over there, and just do it on Twitch. And then I got just a slew of music that's out right now. Actually, something on Molten Music that's out right now. You guys could go pick up.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's a Harry Romero remix of a record that's coming out on my label this Friday on Traxsource. There's just a lot. And I'm working on a nice soulful remake of Never Too Much with Mary MK that I'm
Get
getting
out.
ready to launch. Yeah, and it needs a home. So hopefully,
call
you
your
can speak to the
call your
Quantize
people.
family.
CALL my people. Not KILL my landlord anyway. Speaking of molten music, what up, yo? What you got going on? What you got happening?
I literally have that on because I was supposed to be finishing up a remix of Mr. V's Soul Science track.
Right.
But I'm almost done with it, and it's hot. It's pretty hot. And
I like it a lot.
I got a couple things for Quantize too. I think Crystal Waters.
Don't you be dropping too much science.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also finishing up. Actually, Tobias Moselle, who's one of our main vocalists for Molten Music, he wants to cover Bobby Caldwell's "What You Want to Do for Love." So I'm in the middle of reproducing that.
Okay.
And man, I'm on my way to Portugal in May. I'm in LA next weekend for a couple of events. Got a couple things coming up here in the city. With the Blessed Madonna, as well as some things that we're about to announce with my brother that's down about an hour south from here on this very stream right now. And and just trying to keep smiling, keep it positive,
Well, you doing that, bro. Keep on going, man. Keep on going.
I want to say one more thing.
Oh boy.
To everyone that had us critiquing their music.
Okay.
One thing I want to always just say, music is such a beautiful element for everyone. So even though we may have said some things, we definitely weren't trying to hurt anybody's feelings, just giving you an honest critique as to what we want to give you to help you better yourself. But just always believe that something that we may not necessarily 100% be a fan of, there's somebody out there that's going to love what you got going on. So always stay focused on that, because music is a healer. Trust. Somebody's going to love that.
Amen.
So
yeah. Amen. Amen. Thank you for joining us, man. I appreciate you more than you know.
You asked me, I'll do it again. No problem.
More than you know.
Fun.
Right. I thought, and a lot of people say that it was fun. So I'm counting on you coming back for sure. You and Victor, but you two. You too. Thank you both for joining us. I appreciate the both of you. Probably don't get a chance to talk to either of you as much as I should. But what do you got coming? I know you always got something coming, so lay it on us.
Well, I've been living vicariously through all you guys for quite a few years now, because I've had a couple of back surgeries, so I don't get out as much as I used to. I'm kind of getting the itch to get out and DJ again, but I've been focusing more on studio work and a range of things going on right now. We've got a nice remix on the spoken word track that she just had out called Dialed In.
And thank you for charting it, by the way.
No problema.
Yeah,
it's a good record.
Yes. So
good stuff.
There's a remix of that. There's a new record that I'm doing with Distant People, featuring Michelle Monroe.
Wow.
Called Redesign, and that's almost done, ready to go. There's another remix that I'm doing for Ezel on the Rona Ray song on his album called You're in Control.
Yeah, same here, man. Nice. What's up, Ezel? He's in the chat.
Yeah, tell Ezel, don't be mad at me. I'm coming. I promise you, I'm coming.
I
promise you.
A remix for us on one of her records that blew up a few years ago called I Am. So there's a lot of things going on. We got something new coming up with Tertullian as well, I call him the cover king. So we're going to do another cover with Tertullian, Real Soul and I. It's going to be a Teddy Pendergrass record, but I'm not going to say which one.
Okay.
And, what else could I say? That's it, man. Just, enjoying life.
Awesome.
You know, I'm lit, like I said, living vicarious through all y'all, and I am like so pleased to see everybody doing so well. And I meant to tell Vic, you know, a while ago, congrats on that Madison Square Garden performance. That was amazing.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
And everybody, I mean, you're all doing your thing, and, you know, just congrats. And to everybody, again, that submitted music today. I started out by saying, you know, you have to have some thick skin, but take it all in, soak it all in, and
never give up.
Yeah, never give up. You know, stay true to yourself and just do the work. Roll up your sleeves and do the work.
And by the way, you guys are like some of my favorite musical heroes, so thank you for keeping me inspired. And I'll try and do what I can to contribute to this game we call house.
Don't get it twisted, sister. You are a big contribution. Y'all
right.
getting it going. Y'all doing y'all thing.
He's the most humble person that I know in this game, man.
I'll tell you a secret. I was a little bit shy of coming on today.
No secret to me. I already know. I had to push
you. Already know.
So, push you.
But y'all are family, and you make me feel good. So thank you so much for that. And
you're welcome. And thank you for sharing. Seriously, it was very good expertise. You know, very good sharing. Always good having a female's perspective.
Absolutely.
With this, so it's more important than you know, and means more to us than you know. So thank you for.
And I'm a New Yorker, so I shoot straight from the hip. So.
Yeah, you gotta watch that Bob gun.
Don't think like that I'm a hater, because I'm not. I'm just
but your Bob gun is pretty big, so it is what it is. Michael, thank you for joining us. What's in the pipeline for Q?
So have their Q Miami samplers drops this week, so we have some heavy hitters right there. We have the legend Barbara Tucker in it. Anaya Day, we have Benji Bradshaw, Angelica Deno, a whole bunch of other
Mr. V.
Mr. V is in it as well. So,
right, like what?
We did a little edit of his track with us. That Mr. V kind of got us started and lifted up Q. So yeah, we owe him big time. And
no, y'all don't owe me nothing. Y'all don't owe me. Y'all owe me nothing. Okay? You guys don't owe me anything.
You want that $5 or not?
No, I'm actually letting it climb up in interest.
Okay, Thomas, what's going on, man? Thank you for coming and joining us tonight. Appreciate you.
I appreciate all the people out there that took the quantized Miami sampler all the way up to number one, competing with ourselves with CoFlow. So it's great when you see the people like what you do. They don't like everything, but when they do, you appreciate it. You don't get mad about music. Is about you constantly. And new people out there, we might have some hits, but trust me, we have more stuff that wasn't a hit that you don't hear about.
Yeah, right. That you don't even know we released. Right.
You don't even know.
That is, I mean, and he's right. For everybody who submits music to us for our critique. If I could tell you, between Victor, Evan, us, I mean, how many records we've done over the years, and how many people actually know, it's probably an insane number to think about it. But then you go to I looked at Quincy Jones's book, and I mean, when I looked at his discography, I was like, okay, look at the Motown's discography is absolutely insane. I had no idea they were doing 200 records back in 1960. 200 records a year. Yeah. It's absolutely insane. Most people don't know those records. They don't know those records, but you keep doing what you do because you love what you do and you're true to it. And if God has given you the ability to do it, he'll see you through it for sure. So don't let any of this discourage you. I hope that this is really an encouragement. And yes, I must say, Kelly dragged us kicking and screaming into doing Talent Tuesday. This is not something, I'm actually an introvert, believe it or not. But she dragged us kicking and screaming into this, and doing the show without her is difficult, because again, she's the hostess and I'm just the support. Yeah, I'm just the DJ for this thing. So, I hope y'all dealt with me and my broken language and all of this other kind of crazy stuff with all of these guests doing that are just, my heroes, and I'm stumbling through words trying to make sure everything around here is going correct, and that Sarah doesn't come downstairs and does it's whatever it is. But I hope that you all enjoyed it. It actually has been one of my favorite Talent Tuesdays, and I love each and every one of you all for joining us, and thank you again for that. All right, so here we go with some business.
Also, Spen, it was Tommy's birthday last weekend, so everyone greet Tommy happy birthday.
Hey, thank you.
Wait a minute.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank y'all.
Oh, happy birthday,
brother.
Yeah, it was great.
And
Still
many
be here.
more.
All right. now it's special.
39.
Not bad for 69.
Oh, that was the best. That's the best thing I heard all day. Tommy Davis, 69 years old, everybody. Tommy Davis joining us at 69 years old.
They trying to make me 69 now. Like, I'm not that far. Come on now. It's not funny.
Anyway, back to business. April the 7th, we'll be joining Tommy Davis. Yours truly, my man DJ Biscuit, here in Baltimore at the Safari Club for an event called A Spiritual Thing, starring the one and only Mr. Louis Vega. Louis Vega comes to Baltimore. He hasn't been here in about 3 years or so. Actually, maybe a little bit more than that, honestly. I think the last time he was here was 2020, like right before the pandemic. So anyway, Louis Vega is going to be joining us for A Spiritual Thing. You can get your tickets at Eventbrite. Again, that's a Sunday day party happening April the 7th right here in Baltimore. As well as we are going to be doing a party in Miami with my man, Terry Hunter, the Chosen Few crew, Immaculate. That's happening on Friday the 22nd. That is also going to be a day thing that's going to start at 3:00, featuring Crystal Waters and Barbara Tucker. So that is going to be a shebang that's happening down in Miami. I couldn't get the visuals together, so forgive me on that. But that is happening in Miami. Those tickets are available pre-sale at Eventbrite, as well as we'll be selling tickets at the door, or they'll be entry at the door. So make sure you join us for that if you're in Miami for Miami Music Week.
And happy birthday to Barbara.
When's Barbara Tucker? Wait a minute. Everybody's birthday. Today is Barbara Tucker's birthday?
Yeah.
Today.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. You're gonna have to I'm gonna call my sister and sing happy birthday to her and see what she has to say. She's gonna tell me all you need is love and stop singing or whatever. So so we'll see where that goes. But anyway, listen, we are out of here. Peace in the valley, peace in the city, and peace to your souls. Again, thank you for joining us. To everyone, we love you. Can't say enough for everybody who comes in and joins us for Talent Tuesday. Good night, everybody. See you next time. I'm out.
Peace.